Hi for yoga community. Since you clicked play on this video, I'm guessing you don't really feel like doing yoga, so you won't mind if I chat with you for a moment while you get comfortable. Go ahead and lie down, maybe put a pillow under your head, and take a few moments to check in with your breath. Discipline can be really challenging, especially in this modern culture where discipline has become synonymous with punishment. So how do we cultivate compassionate discipline for ourselves and others? The most helpful idea I have found over the years is this. You are going to die. And it gets harder, not easier every day. We're dying. We're aging. And finding equanimity in the midst of our stresses and physical ailments becomes harder and not easier. Our comfort zones get smaller and smaller the longer that we spend in them. Life is challenging. Life will keep sending us the same challenges, the same dramas, the same stories until we learn from them. Even then, they often still continue. And we're trying not to get rid of the painful experiences. Pain is inevitable. We just are working on our ability to sit with it, to let it be and not add all this unnecessary suffering and drama, otherwise known as yoga asana, finding our ability to be present in this experience no matter how uncomfortable. I'm afraid if you're having trouble with discipline, you may not have let it all hurt enough yet. We have to let life tenderize us so that we can find our authentic vulnerability. When our ankle aches, we tend to ignore it. When we sprain it is when we finally wrap it. What would happen if we strengthened our ankle when we felt that first pang of an ache? What if we could listen to the most subtle signs of stress in our nervous system? We all know how challenging life is already, and we know how much better we are prepared to handle it when we've done our practices. It doesn't matter what the practice is, as long as it helps us to plant the seed of mindfulness in every moment of our lives. I've had a very challenging past, and as I got older, I finally learned how to ask for kinder lessons. Yoga, meditation, art, walking in the forest, or writing another note for your book. These are all much kinder lessons than what the world will throw at you. And that's why we call it practice. So that when life throws us a curveball, we don't just cower in the corner, afraid we're going to be hit. Instead, we find ourselves wildly present with our own experience. We all have to learn how to grow up in our own unique way on our own path toward our authentic selves. But the intensity of the growing pains are completely up to us. When we can somehow learn to let go of all the storylines around our suffering, we find that all of our dramas just don't matter so much. And so discipline becomes simple, compassionate, and forgiving. Just another part of our day instead of something that's constantly just out of reach and holding us down and pulling us back. Set yourself free today. Give yourself a break. Give yourself forgiveness. And to the degree you have this compassion, love, and patience for yourself, you will find you have that same amount of compassion, love, and patience for others. May you not do anything in our class today, but may you find the space, both physically and mentally, to forgive yourself, recognize our shared mortality, and our interconnection with everything, even when we can't see it. Even when it seems like it doesn't matter. May we breathe a little deeper for all the other souls feeling just as alone and frustrated as we are. May we breathe a little deeper into our compassionate discipline. I hope that you enjoy our journey together. Let's come lying on our backs, Place something under your head if you would like. Take your feet out to the edges of your mat. Let your knees fall in toward each other so that you can relax your hips and all the way up to your low back. And we'll place the left hand on the diaphragm and the right hand on the heart. And just notice your breath, notice your thoughts. And listen to the sounds that are far away. And then listen to the sounds that are close by. And then listen to the sounds of your own breath. And then take a moment and see if you can see through your hands. So close your eyes if they're not closed already. And then feel the sensitivity of your fingertips and your palms lying on your diaphragm and your heart. Feel the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe in and breathe out. And then see if you can feel your heartbeat through the tips of your fingers. And you can stay right here, or if you would like, you can bring the hands together and then bring them in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. We'll allow the hands to come down to either side of our body and then bring our heels to where we can just touch our heels with the tips of our fingers. And the feet, the knees, will all be hip distance apart. And then we'll just gently press into the heels, tucking the pelvis. See if we can lift the hips just a little bit off the floor. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, rolling slowly down. Inhale and lift the hips. And exhale and rolling down. So we'll inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1. Inhale in, lift up. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. Breath and the body. 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 3, 2, 1. Hold empty at the bottom. 2, 1. Inhale in. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly. 3, 2, 1. Hold empty. 3, 2, 1. Inhale in, lift up. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top. 3, 2, 1. Lower. Exhale slowly. 2, 1. Hold empty. 3, 2, 1. Continue on. Inhale up. Hold at the top. Exhale down. Hold empty. Deep inhale in. Lift the hips up as high as we can. And then exhale, and we will keep the hips where they are and lift One foot up into the sky, and go ahead and point the toe. Try and keep the hips high. Try and reach through the hip, the knee, the ankle, the toes. Try and get that leg a little higher. And we'll just make little circles. Some nice deep breaths. Like we're trying to draw on the ceiling, in the sky. And then circle in the other direction. And placing that foot down, lift the other foot up, point the toe, and make little circles. Try and reach all the way through that leg, get it as long as we can, and then circle in the other direction. And then relaxing down, let's take our feet to the edges of the mat one more time. Let the knees fall in toward each other. This time take the right hand to the diaphragm and the left hand to the heart. Close the eyes if you would like. And again, take a moment to check in. Just notice if even that small amount of movement has shifted anything in your perception, in your experience, in your practice. And then bringing our feet back to hip distance apart. Let's press the hips up one more time. You can keep the hands where they are or bring them down by your sides. And again, we're going to lift one leg up, but this time we're going to keep both thighs in alignment with each other. So that toe will be reaching in the same alignment as the hip and the knee. And if you can, try to align the hip so it's high enough so it's also in alignment with your shoulder. And then circle in one direction. And the other way. And placing that foot down, reach the other foot up. Keep the thighs in line with each other. Try and lengthen all the way through those toes. And then circle. And in the other direction. And we'll place both feet down. This time walk your feet a couple of inches away from you so that you have about a 90-degree angle in your knees. And then lifting the toes, pressing the heels into the earth. Try and use your heels by pulling your heels up towards your sits bones. You'll pull your whole torso down towards your heels. See if you can find a little traction, a little length in the spine. And really activating the hamstrings underneath the legs. And see if you can activate the calves. And really use the strength of the legs to pull your whole body down. And then over-exaggerate, and we'll tuck the pelvis and see if you can lift the hips just a little bit off the earth, but instead of trying to press the hips up, you're trying to pull them down towards your heels, really strengthening our hamstrings, getting them nice and warm. And a few deep breaths. And releasing down. And we will lift the heels and the legs to about 60 degrees. If that's a little too much, you can get closer and closer up to 90 degrees. And always feel free to bend the knees to take a little bit of the tension out of the core. And make sure the hip flexors right here at the top of our thighs and this connection to our hips, that they're not doing too much work, and try and keep the work in the core. So we're trying to press down the low back so we can't get our hands under our back. And then you can place the hands under your hips if you would like a little extra support. If you'd like to lengthen, which can feel really nice, reach the arms up above you. You can either flex or point the toes. We'll be here just for a little while, breathing. The farther you get your legs down, the more challenging it is. But try not to lose your form. Make sure that low back stays connected to the ground. And you find a long inhale and a nice long exhale. And then let's drop just the left leg, keep the right leg up. Take a nice inhale in. And exhale it just an inch off the earth. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Inhale up and down. Move with your breath. Again, you can place the hands under your hips if you'd like a little extra support. And switch. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale just an inch off the earth. Inhale both legs up. And exhale just an inch. Move with your breath. Move with your body. Now see if you can get a little momentum going. We'll remove a pillow, if you have one. And then we'll try and make our way all the way back to plow, and then start to remove our hands and lift ourselves up a little bit for a boat. So it'll look something like this. Back for the plow, and then float up for a little boat. Back for plow, and then float up, reach for the toes, and heading back as far as you feel comfortable. And again, see if you can connect your breath. So we'll inhale for plow, exhale for boat. Inhale for plow, exhale for boat. And the next time that we are up in boat, we'll simply place the legs down, reach the arms up, flex the toes, and head out for our forward fold. Really flexing the toes back. And then we'll inhale, find a little length in the spine, try and find a little arch, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, pull with your hands wherever you can, the thighs, calves, toes, and round down. So we'll inhale up, lengthen. Exhale, round down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Be here for a little while. And the next time that you exhale, take a moment and fold out. And then keeping everything low, keeping the head heavy, start to walk back 1 inch at a time. And we'll head all the way back until we can flip over on our mats. We'll keep our elbows right under our shoulders. Place our palms down on the earth. Roll the shoulders back. Press down with the tops of the feet. Lengthen through the crown of the head for a little sphinx. Deep inhales, try and lengthen the crown of the head a little longer. And then exhale, and we'll just drop into our shoulders, drop the head. Inhale, lengthen, press away. Exhale, and dropping in. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Inhale up. Exhale, drop. Now we'll interlace the fingers, except for the pinky. And then we'll tuck our toes and lift up into forearm plank. See if we can find just a little bit of a curve so that our hips might just be a little higher than our shoulders to really engage the core. And then we'll press ourselves up with the right hand to plank and drop to the right forearm for forearm plank. Press ourselves up with the left hand and drop the left forearm for forearm plank. So it's right up, right down, left up, left down, and just continue. Inhale up, exhale down. One more. Both sides. And releasing back into our Sphinx and opening up the core. Untuck the toes, press down with the tops of the feet. Pull with our fingertips and elbows, roll the shoulders back. If it's comfortable on your neck, see if you can gaze up. And then releasing, we'll take the right arm out to the right side. Bend the left knee, send that heel up and over. Try and press down with that whole right palm. And even put a little bend in that elbow. Make sure all the opening is happening in the shoulder. And then over to the other side. Left arm out to the left side. Bend the right knee. Send it up and over. Deep breaths. And back through center. Bring our hands back under our floating ribs. And we'll press ourselves up for a tabletop. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, tuck the chin. Lift the center of the back as high as we can. Exhale out a little extra air. And inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Move with your own breath. And bringing the spine back to neutral. Let's turn the right fingertips in. Take the left hand and thread it in between and find a nice little twist. And back through center. Turn the left fingers in. Thread the right hand through. And back through center. Tuck the toes. Find our way into plank. And back to downward facing dog. Pressing into the fingertips, reaching the heels toward the earth. Then inhale forward to plank. Exhale down chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Your back bend of choice. And exhale back, downward dog. 2 more vinyasas. Inhale forward. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back. 1 more. And then coming through and find our way to our backs. Again, the heels in. This time, let's cross that right ankle over the left thigh and then pull that left knee in toward our chest. Take a nice deep breath. See if you can slow the breath, slow the heartbeat. And then find that little space in between the thoughts. See if you can make that space a little longer. And releasing that side. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh and pull the right knee into your chest. Again, deep breaths. Listening to the sounds that are far away. And listening to the sounds that are close by. Listening to the sounds of your own breath. Noticing any shifts, any changes. And then releasing that side. Straighten the left leg out. Hold the right knee in. Pull the right knee over the body with the left hand. You can stay right here in this simple twist. Or if you'd like, you can bend that left knee. Reach for that left foot with the right hand. And or straighten out the right leg. Grab a peace grip around that right big toe with the index finger, middle finger, and thumb. And then keeping that leg as straight as we can, let it fall back out over that left side. We'll be here for a few breaths. And releasing that side, coming back through center, pull that left knee in, straighten the right leg out. Left leg over the body, bent knee, straight leg, peace grip or not. Right leg bent, reaching for those left fingers or not. Finding your breath, finding your practice. I want you to think about anything in your life, in your body, in this moment that is still holding on, that is still resisting, that still has some tension in it. I want you to twist your body like you're wringing it out. And just let any of this tension or resistance, frustration, just wring out of you as you gently unwind. Let the legs straighten out, the arms release, palms up, tuck one shoulder blade and then the other. Closing the eyes, release the tongue from the roof of the mouth if it is attached. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders, relax your breath, relax your diaphragm, your back, your hips. Relax your legs and arms, your feet and hands, your fingers and toes. And as these last vestiges begin to melt away from you of stress, thoughts, discomforts, and pains, just allow yourself to come back to a simple inhale and simple exhale. Feeling the weight of your body down on the earth, the lightness of the clothes that are touching your skin. Picture every cell of your body that is touching the earth, getting heavier and heavier, sinking down, down, into the warm, inviting center of the earth. And feel the front of your body, each cell touching the air, getting lighter and lighter, expanding and spreading out beyond the atmosphere, beyond the solar system, and out into the cosmos. And then feel yourself right in the middle, balancing, breathing, simply inhaling and exhaling, and allowing it all to be. Slowly, gently find your way back into your body, back to your breath. And you can decide to stay right here, melting down into your mat. Or begin to activate through your fingers and toes. And let that gentle activation move through the rest of your body. And you can find your way back to that same comfortable seated position that we have become so familiar with. That seat that is our practice. Notice if there's just a little more stillness, a little more ease, and a little less worry about all the drama. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, bring the palms together, and exhale everything down in between the eyes to the third eye. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Discipline is not about killing ourselves to achieve some ideal of what we think we are. Discipline is about showing up, even when our mind is so busy, trying to tell us about what is right and what is wrong. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you would like to continue the conversation, I hope you will join us on Facebook and Instagram at FreeYogaTV. I want to thank all of our amazing patrons at patreon.com/freeyoga who have all been supporting this work for such a long time. And it is so incredibly appreciated. As most of you know, these classes have all been based on your donations throughout the years. So if you would like to join us on Patreon, we would love to have you, or you can leave a donation at the link down below. You can pick up Free Yoga TV merchandise at the Teespring link down below as well, like the shirt that I am wearing. Every click, every share, every like, every subscription, it really, really does help in this modern algorithm-based world of ours. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for practicing. And until the next adventure, well.